Our first guest tonight says special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation is infected with bias and has introduced a resolution to remove Mueller. Joining me now, Congressman Matt Gaetz. He serves on a number of key committees, including Judiciary, Budget, and Armed Services. Congressman, good to have you with us. This is quite an evening, I think, as Kevin Corke just reported. The president giving his full support to the folks graduating at Quantico, the FBI Academy, and we now know that so much of what is happening at the top levels of the FBI is absolutely disgraceful, as the president put it.
Well, and you've exactly created the appropriate distinction, Lou, between the heroic agents of the FBI who put their lives on the line each and every day to protect Americans and some of the corrupt senior leadership that we see in the Mueller probe at the FBI and at the Department of Justice. This bias is like an infection. It's like an incurable cancer that's inoperable, and we've got to end this Mueller probe. From the Department of Justice, where you see Bruce Orr, a senior official, having his wife employed by Fusion GPS, the company taking money from the DNC to go and give to Russians to discredit the president, to the FBI, where you've got people like Peter Strzok sending text messages to his mistress that he hates the president and that he's the insurance policy and he has all kinds of ways he's going to save the country, to the Mueller probe itself, where you've got people like Andrew Weissman, who attended the Hillary Clinton, non-victory party, I should say. I mean, goodness gracious, we've got a lot of talented federal prosecutors. You'd think Robert Mueller wouldn't have to go find one who was at Hillary Clinton's election night party. It shows that Mueller was either picking people because of their bias, or he simply had reckless disregard for the fact that he has assembled, like the governing board of directors of the Never Trump movement, to persecute our president.
Well, Peter Strzok, to his credit, was removed from the special counsel's office, but put in the HR department, for crying out loud, apparently to decide on who would be hired at Justice, brought in for other prosecutorial jobs, investigators. I mean, it is an awful, awful scene that we witness now before our very eyes each day. That is the leadership. Well, the leadership of the Justice Department is a damn disaster, and the president has been saying this. And now, as he almost concludes a year as our president, we're seeing that everything he was saying was exactly right.
Well, you're totally correct. And the real question, Lou, is where in the world is Attorney General Jeff Sessions on all of these critical issues? We continue to see more and more evidence of this bias. And it's not just evidence of people's personal beliefs. Peter Strzok and his mistress were making a plan, talking about actual plans to disrupt this presidency. And the Attorney General needs to step up and fire Robert Mueller as a consequence of these damning revelations. And I wish he'd do it.
May I question just a little more closely what you said? This is in the case of Orr, his wife working for Fusion GPS. These aren't people planning to do anything. These are people who said they were going to do it, particularly as between when it comes to Bruce Orr at the top of the Justice Department, and it comes to Strzok and in his illegitimate affair with Lisa Page. They were actually doing things. And on two occasions, we have tweets in which they absolutely manifest their intent. And we know that in the case of Strzok, he was involved in the email investigation. He was involved in the absolutely the deposition, the testimony of Hillary Clinton and her top aides. He was involved in the immunity. This is an agent who had full reign over the outcome and acted, in my judgment, absolutely corruptly. No planning, no anything else. He did it.
Well, you're right, and that's why we need Peter Strzok, we need his mistress, we need Bruce and Nellie Orr in for depositions, sworn deposition testimony before the Judiciary Committee, so that we can find out what damage they did to our democracy and to our country. I'm frustrated because Jeff Sessions and Attorney General Rod Rosenstein won't answer questions about whether or not Strzok was the very individual who signed affidavits authorizing the Fusion GPS dossier to be used as a basis for FISA court warrants to spy on Americans. This is a rotten guy, and he did rotten things.
Yeah, Congressman, you're not going to like what I'm going to say next. But I've seen congressional investigations throughout the 8 years of the Obama administration, and not one of them were worth a damn. They didn't produce any change, any different outcome. We have a record of some things. We got 10 committee hearings. We get 8 years of stonewalling. Go to the White House and tell the president what you want, you and your committee, and ask the president to tell the Justice Department, the Attorney General, and his new FBI director to turn over whatever it is you need. Because this is oversight, and you just got stonewalled again this past week it's terrible. You've got Rod Rosenstein not giving you what you're asking for, and you have oversight over them.
We do, and I'm not doing my job for my constituents if the committee I serve on doesn't issue subpoenas and get this information. But here's where our investigation so far has had an impact, Lou. Just today, Harvard University released a poll showing that a majority of Americans now believe that the Mueller probe is, in fact, biased. And so as we make the case to the American people, we are proving that this is a rotten deal. And I'm hoping that pressure from the public, pressure from the Congress and from the president will get the Attorney General to do his job, fire Robert Mueller, and acknowledge this for the witch hunt that is baseless, and that's certainly where we stand.
And I concede your effectiveness in that regard, and I certainly concede to the House Intelligence Committee its great effectiveness in the use of its investigators to produce, for the first time, a real understanding of what's going on the part of the Justice Department. But I would implore you to go to the White House, to the president, and to get clearance from him, to get him to ask, to order the Attorney General to do what the hell is the right thing, and that is to turn it all over. Congressman, we thank you for everything you're doing, you and your committee. Right now, we are at a place that we would not have been, certainly. But I think it's time to think about who should be put in jail for dishonoring their oath of office, for violating our Constitution and subverting this president and subverting this government. Congressman, thanks so much. Matt Gaetz, appreciate it.